everyone. Welcome back to Concept Being, where the intention is well. My name is Jade,
And I'm Aileen.
and we are your hosts for today's episode. Let's start off with a grateful moment because Aileen, bless your whole heart. I am so grateful for you re-recording this episode after I completely, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm trying not to speak lowly of myself. After, I learned how to properly use this app. How about that? We'll say that. That is a nice way of saying that Jade made a little whoopsie, and that's okay. And this could
Happens.
also be a part of my little failure moment. But hey, we live and we learn. Now we know that you actually have to hit the record button. Wouldn't you believe it? So also Aileen is not feeling super well right now as well. And so she is recording a second episode. She is that girl. Thank you so much.
I'm here for it.
Thank you. What's your grateful moment, Aileen?
And I'm actually grateful for you because I feel like you pushed us to do this.
Twice.
It's okay. We're here, aren't we?
We are.
And you make us go out of our comfort zones. So it's good.
Yay. Okay. Well, you're such a nice person. Bless your heart. Oh my God. Because the way that I was sweating trying to find this recording and could not find it. But you know what? I released that energy. We're going to move on and we're going to have a great podcast. So today we're going to have a quick episode. It's going to be a bit of a recap episode of the entire spirituality series that we've done. So I had so many surprises and everything. I feel like they're not as exciting on the second time, but in the previous episode, let's recreate the excitement. Aileen, I have a surprise. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, tell me.
Oh my God, I have two surprises. So the first one, we got our first 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, which is very exciting. Burr, burr,
Ooh,
burr,
ooh.
burr. Yay. Yay. And then the second one is I created merch for the podcast, which is super duper exciting. And the samples will be coming in I think later towards the end of the month. So that's really exciting. And hopefully by the time we start recording visuals, we could be wearing the merch. Like that'll be so cute. So I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited to see it.
Yes. And it's so cute. It's so cute. It's very simple. And Aileen specifically said like something about like pastel colors. So I did make a pastel one for you because
Love
I,
it.
I can dabble in pastels, but like not too much, not too much, not too much. So I'm excited about it. But I'm also very excited to give a little bit of an introduction to what our next series is going to be about before we move into our recap. So, our next series is going to be focusing on mental health, and it is one of the 7 dimensions of wellness, which overall leads to an optimal state of well being. So, that's really exciting. We have a couple of topics picked out for y'all already. I'll give you a little sneak peek. What do I have written down? We have triggers. We're not going to call them triggers though. Let's call them something cute. We're going to call them activations because triggers, not cute. Anxiety. I'm definitely going to go into my anxiety toolbox, or my therapist calls it my coping mechanisms. So that should be fun. We'll talk a bit about depression, boundaries, people pleasing, coping mechanisms. I also have written down like 3 times. We'll talk about relationships and mental health. So that's what's to come. I have an entire list. It's like very long, so I'm not going to read all of them to you, but I'm very excited about it and I'm super proud of us because I remember I have 3 surprises. The third one is we hit our 10 episode mark. So that's
Yay.
very excited and I'm so proud of us for being consistent and creating content, and we continue to get better through every episode, I feel like, and I also learn so much through every episode that we have. So I'm very proud of us.
I am too. To think that this was a concept from sitting on my couch and drinking wine to now we
Right.
have a podcast.
It really like transformed too, because we didn't start off with this. Like it was something totally different. And it just wasn't fitting correctly. Like we tried so many times. Like I feel like we recorded that first episode like 3 or 4 times, and we're like, we'll get it, and it just didn't work out. And it didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to work out. And
Mm-hmm.
that was a learning lesson for us too, especially for me, because I was like pushing and pushing, and I was like, why isn't it like it just doesn't feel right? And I think that is something that I've learned, is that like when it feels right, it doesn't like it just feels right, like it's easier. So it just sometimes you have to give yourself time for things to flow to you, and that's okay. So I'm excited, but we did create an entire, I mean, a 10 episode series. So let's talk about what we created. So I'm going to read off all of our episodes, and then let's talk about like our favorite moments, our favorite episodes. I'm going to read them off, not in order of recording, but in order of popularity according to our analytics. So we started off we started off real hot with the concept of purpose. That one is our most listened to episode, which is exciting. We did the concept of forgiveness, exercise, intentions, the concept of vacation, the concept of burnout, intuition, meditation, manifestation, and spirituality. So those are our 10 episodes. Aileen, did you have a favorite episode?
Yeah, I think mine is definitely intuition. I think it's been a big help in my life, but also it's great sharing it with all of our listeners. And I also think the other one that I really liked is really letting go, because I feel like it's a hard concept, but once you get it down, you can see a lot of change. What about you? What's your favorite?
My favorite episode was the forgiveness episode for sure, because and I even said this during that episode, I really expected Aileen to come out like, Jade, you have to give love and light to everyone. Like, you must move like a breeze through like the trees or something like, you know what I'm saying? Like something very calm. And so when she was like, oh, I definitely feel the exact same way about forgiveness. Like, I'm not super great at it either. It just made me feel so like there was space for me, because I sometimes I think like, oh Jade, like you need to calm down a little bit, like let it go. And so for you to just be like, oh me too, like, but this is how I like work through it, it was very helpful for me. And I like I said, I feel like in every episode I learned so much, but like that was very helpful because I didn't feel alone in that episode. Like I was just like, oh, like, okay, Aileen feels it too. Like she be turned up sometimes too, which was nice. And I like that. I like turned up Aileen. Like this is fun. So that was my favorite episode. But my favorite like thing that I've like learned from these episodes was definitely the code word from the concept of purpose. I think it was that episode where you told me that I need to create a code word with the universe so
Mm-hmm.
that I will know when the universe is like giving me specifically what I asked for with
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I created a code word. I'm not gonna lie, the last episode, Aileen kind of guessed it, which like part of me was just like, maybe I need to think of a different code word, but also like maybe Aileen is like half of my soulmate. Like we don't know, whatever is fine. I'm probably not gonna change it. But I think that was really helpful. And I think I'm excited now because I'm like, I don't know. Like you just never know when things are going to happen. And then like I feel like my ears are going to perk up. Like I'm like, what'd you just say? Did you just say my code word? Oh, we're going to get married. Oh, I'm so excited. You're my life partner. I'm not sure if I'm going to say it to them like that. Like, "Oh, you just said that?" Oh, me and you, we go together real bad now. Like don't try to run from me. Or if I'm just going to play it cool and be like, okay, noted. Like I'm going to let them figure out that I'm the one for them too. I don't know.
You're gonna play it cool.
Is
I
that
know
what
you,
you
Jade.
think? Aileen,
Yeah,
Aileen.
because I think you're gonna get excited and
hmm
you're gonna call like me or one of
Yeah,
your other friends
I'm
and be
like, it
like, "Oh my
happened.
God, it just happened." And
Okay.
I think that's how it's gonna go. But you're
You
gonna have to
think
let us know.
you think very highly of me because I am not above being like, oh, we're gonna get married, like right as I meet a person. Yeah, I have an Aries Venus, so like let's go. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I could
It'll be
either
good.
play it really cool or I could be like, wow. So like, do you want to know like my ring size? Like, we'll see. But that I think that was the most helpful. And I don't know, it was just a fun like topic to learn about and to learn from you from. So like, I really like that one. So
And I think
I,
my favorite response, though, was part of the forgiveness episode where I told you that you have to send him love and you just started busting up laughing.
oh,
That was so funny to me.
because Aileen, that is not my knee jerk reaction when someone, you
I
know,
know.
I'm
I know.
trying, I'm trying. And there were times this week where I should have sent someone love where instead, like, they just upset me and I just held on to that. Honestly, even today, like, I was thinking about it today and I was like, how dare they? And you know what? After this episode, after this recording, I'm going to send them love because
Good,
I
good.
deserve to let go. Not because they deserve the love. We've discussed this, but because I deserve to let it go. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let
good,
it go.
good.
Yes.
I need to
So
do the same.
yes, we're sending love. And you know what? I'm proud of us because this is growth. Like even though it took me like a second, like even though I should have sent them love like last Wednesday, you know, I am very proud that I can take a moment and take a step back and be like, okay, like you have these tools, don't forget to use them. Because sometimes I think it's easy to forget to use them.
Yes,
And so I'm proud of us for remembering, even if it's a couple days later. That's okay. You know, what's a couple days in the grand scheme of things, you know? So
exactly.
there you go. Beautiful, stunning. Okay, so Aileen, do you have any final words of wisdom to wrap up this episode?
All I want to say is thanks for listening. I think Jade and I, in the beginning, we didn't know where this was going to go. I mean, we've already done 10 episodes. This is our 11th episode. I think it's better than what we expected. And I hope you guys continue to listen and listen to the next segment of our podcast.
Agreed. Stunning. I couldn't have wrapped it up on a more beautiful note. I'm so proud of us. And you know, the podcast is still growing. We're seeing where it goes, but like I feel like with every episode we're continuing to get better. So I 100% agree. Thank you all for listening. We've actually been seeing a lot of like listeners and stuff like that. So thank you all for listening. Thank you for sharing the episodes that resonate with you or that you think will resonate with a person. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts. We drop an episode every Monday at 2:22 a.m. because that is my favorite number. But with all that being said, we love you so much and we hope that you have a good day or night and we hope that you are well. Bye.
Bye.